What's up, people? So we're back with another one. I hope you all have been staying safe and staying free and had a good week, ready for this weekend and enjoying that content. Now, this one that I'm bringing to you all today is all about the Southport killer getting 52 years minimum inside the prison. So let's get into it. So I'm sure a lot of you would have heard by now of the sad situation that took place last year of what this punk of a coward man did. And for those that are in my community that don't know, he had taken three little innocent babies, his life, kiddies, along with some adults that tried to protect them from getting harmed. Now, this punk of a coward got a sentence of a minimum of 52 years the judge gave him, and the judge said the only reason why he gets the minimum of 52 years is because of his age, and when he had done this crime he was at the age of 17 and he just turned 18, and the law is that you can't give him life to where he can never walk out of those doors again. Now, I'm sure a lot would agree with me when I say this. There was a bit of justice served, but it wasn't full justice for the family though. As 52 years is, yes, a long time, but life should mean life behind doors of the walls of prison. You die behind them walls and doors though, not that, oh, you get life and then you're able to get in front of some parole board, and as long as they say, okay buddy, you've been good, you can then get back onto the streets of society. Nah, man. But this is where us as the people, if we want to reform Britain and make it great again, we need to vote in these laws by a mass majority though. As yes, I understand they're gonna say it's some political shit because they need to protect the kiddies under the age of 18 and this is where the flaws is and that and the third. But it's like back in the day where we had these strict, like 12 in the 1200s, 1300s, the strict laws. If you took a life, your life was taken, as is the equivalent to the crime of what you did, which does make sense, as in the Holy Bible, the Old Testament, it says an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth though, and that come from the man himself. But it's just us as the people, just like in America, in one or two states that still do the death penalty, that the people actually said, no, we're not getting rid of the death penalty, we want it there though. So it's us as the British people that have to kick up some noise and stink and vote it in as a mass majority. Now, yes, it's not going to bring back the lives of those that have been lost, but if we're happy with that law, and I'm sure that would be a huge deterrent to stop these punks of idiots, of cowards though, because the judge said it, this guy had no reason behind this dumb attack that he had done. And this is how fucked it is that these victims would never be able to walk the streets again, breathe air, and that's exactly what this guy is able to do though. So, this is where us as the people, like I said, we have to do something about it. Now, 52 years, yes, is a long time behind prison, and he's gonna come out at the age of 70 if he doesn't die in prison behind the conditions though. But just to think of it, add 52 years on, to the age of 18, he's coming out at the age of 70, and as long as this guy catches no extra time or charges whilst he's inside of prison, he will go in front of the parole board like the judge said, and as long as they deem him and see him as no threat to the public, he will be out again. Now, I just like to emphasize this for people to think this. I don't think the judge or anyone has thought of this. This young boy at the age of 18 is going to be institutionalized for 52 years, and then he's going to come right back out into society and do what? And what is it that, they think he's going to do when he comes out at the age of 70? Do they not think it's a high probability that he's going to re-offend, knowing that he's been institutionalized for 52 years, inside a prison? Come on, man. There's men that go inside a prison for a couple of years to go outside into the free world that can't adapt and adjust back into society, and go right back in within the first couple of days to couple of weeks, and don't even make it a couple of weeks though. Now, on this as well, subject being said, we need to vote in tougher laws, like with the knife ban. We got to do more with this, because when these idiots are just taking knives and just to decide to take in lives, man, this shit is unacceptable. And we're living in Britain, and just to think that you could walk out there in, public, and a clown that doesn't even have mental health can stab you, or it's going to be someone of mistaken identity, or someone that tried to rob you to death. Hey, this shit is wild, man. Now, this is the next thing that I'm going to say about this punk 2 going inside a prison for 52 years. He's mentally probably going to be fucked. As, like I say, mentally institutionalized for prisoners, 52 years is going to mentally fuck you up. It is a life sentence, but it's not a full life sentence. But it depends on to what his mentality was like from the beginning to go inside of prison. As if you look, his mentality was already ready to be in prison, right? And the whole time they should have put him in a mental hospital, though, even though they never claimed mental health. You could see that clearly something was going on in this young boy's head that wasn't developed yet, as they're saying there was stuff they found at his premises on laptops and other items like ricin, and he had the capability to do what he had done and a lot more. And the Crown Prosecution Services wasn't going to deem it as a terrorist, which I'm glad they weren't going to do that, because then they're gonna push that always terrorist towards the Muslims, and it's not the Muslims. This guy is Somalian and he's a British national. They mentioned that too. So I know a lot of British people were sitting there, and I was thinking it myself, going, I fucking deport him after those 52 years though, and reform Britain. But he's a British national though, so we can't do that. So therefore, what we can do is, when it is time for him to come out, we should say, no, we don't want him out by hundreds and thousands of people, and keep his ass fucking inside though. Because who's to say when he comes out he ain't gonna take how many other people's lives just to go right back in, man? Nah, man. Now, the whole situation is very sad about this, it's very, very, very sad situation, man. If you actually watch the sentencing and to the whole trial to it, it's more to the victim families. Like I say, they didn't get justice. It was injusticeness, man, because this guy, this punk, is not going to feel anything inside a prison when he does go. Don't ever think just because he had taken some kids' life inside a prison that, he's going to get it hard and people are going to harm him and this and that and the third. Yeah, you might get the couple of screws that might get up in their feelings because they got kids and sit and, do their thing or whatever. But inside a prison in a category A1, you've got man from the pettiest of serious of minimalist of crimes, if that makes sense, to the least serious of category A's, right up to your mass murderers, beheadings, all of these mad fuckeries, to your terrorism acts, all of that fuckery there. So it's like, this guy really is just getting the repercussions of his actions of 52 years of, something that he never really cared of, man. And they should have really put him in hospital though, if you ask me, and dope him up and find out what's going on inside of that brain cells of him, and then chuck him inside a prison. Not that a hospital is any better for him, and it's not like prison, but this man really does need to be, looked at before he is ever put back into fucking society though. But like I said, it's us as the people that need to vote in the laws, man, because we're getting too many fucking people that are just feeling they can take a knife and take a life though. And this is Britain. Now, me as a British person, I'm sure a lot would agree with me, is that this knife shit, this stabbing shit is getting out of control though. And only if the government enforces the law is when maybe something might actually get done about it. But then it's us as the people, the community, all races, religions, to actually get something done as the people though. Because as soon as when we start making noise is when things get done. And this is why the government, I'm sure, I'm positive, is why they want to divide the people of, the Muslims and the the Israelis and with the Catholics and Protestants who want to divide us all, as when we all unite, we're a fucking problem. No one cares about your religion, your race, nothing like that. All we care about is the situation that we're all invested in, though, and that we actually care about as the people, man. And this is where the people of, you know, position of power just get to sit there and keep on claiming a six-figure job, going yeah and all of this bullshit, man. It's us as the people that need to change it, though, and that's true life talks. Because as we're going on, it's not something that we could say, well, we're seeing less of it. No, we're not seeing less of it. It's a thing that still happens every year, time in and time again, though, but it's only when we get sick as the people. And that's true life talks, man. And I hope you all have enjoyed the video anyway. Keep staying safe. Do drop your comments and your thoughts on the video if you do like the video, and if you don't like the video, dislike the button, and if you like it though. And that's true life talks. So everyone keep staying safe and staying free, and I'll catch you on the next one.